Peace and blessings. In this corner box of 24. So, hope everyone is doing well. I'm doing okay myself. So I'm gonna get into it, man. Fight weekend. We coming off that blockbuster last week with Jerron Enos and Thomas Delerme. But this is Canelo, man. This is Canelo weekend, man, right? So, I'm gonna say this, right? Caleb Plant, man, to me is just a real clown. He's a real cornball. I think he's trying to psych himself up into thinking by talking and calling Canelo names and talking about his record. And the fights that he had that was close is going to help him. If that's his motivation, man, I feel sorry for him, man. He's not going to win. You're not going to win regardless, but at least give yourself a shot, the best shot you can have. But the way he's going about it, it's going to be even worse for him when he loses. So, he's been talking about the fact that Canelo lost to Lara when they fought, Erislandy Lara, which was a close fight. He's been talking about the fact that Canelo lost to Floyd Mayweather, which he did. And he's trying to say that he really lost to Lara, and he really lost the first fight to Triple G. So this is what I'm going to say, right? I watched the fight with Lara. I done watched that fight a few times. And I'm going to be honest. Lara is one of my favorite fighters. I have no problem with the draw. Okay? Because it was a close fight. Lara was doing his thing for the first half of the fight, up to the fourth to the fifth round. Canelo started tagging him to the body, started catching him upstairs, started tagging him, and the second half of the fight, man, he was really digging in. So the draw for me, I have no problem with it. Now, if Lara would have won, I wouldn't have been mad either. I wouldn't have been mad if Canelo won. That's how close it was to me, right? So for Caleb Plant to keep bringing that up, what is that doing for you? It's not going to help you, okay? Now, Floyd Mayweather, he did an interview after his fight with Canelo. And this is what he said. This ain't coming from In This Corner Boxing 24. This ain't coming from me. This is what Floyd said about Canelo. He said, he said he will be champion again, right? That's what he said. This is 7 going on 8 years ago. Was he lying? He was not. He said that Canelo is a great boxer and counterpuncher. And he also said that his experience is what got him over in that fight. That's what Floyd Mayweather said about Canelo Alvarez, okay? That says a lot. So now, again, Caleb Plant, what are you talking about? He did lose to Floyd, but he lost to the greatest fighter of this era, the greatest welterweight of this era, and one of the all-time greats ever. So that's not a bad thing. It's really not. Now, Triple G, the first fight, I had Canelo winning that, a close fight, a very close fight, but I had Canelo winning that fight. Now, if you even give it to Triple G and you say that he won the fight, right? Okay. He lost to Triple G, the first fight. What would that have meant? It would have meant that he lost to the most feared fighter in the middleweight division at that time, a few years ago, because that's what Triple G was. He was beating everybody. He was knocking people out. He was hurting people. The boogeyman, and Canelo fought him. So if he would have lost to the best middleweight in recent history, right? That wouldn't have killed him either, honestly. But again, I had him winning the fight. Close fight. The second fight he came and he just totally dominated, right? Because see, the first fight, what he did was he moved around and, a little bit. He boxed a little bit. He moved around a little bit. The second fight, he straight went toe to toe and just manhandled Triple G and pushed him backwards and all of that. He did a little bit of that in the first fight, but he did more in the second fight, right? Took it to another level. So again, Caleb Plant, I mean, you need to stop, all right? Because at the end of the day, you haven't fought anybody like Lara. Caleb Plant, you have not fought anybody on the level of Erislandy Lara. You haven't fought anybody on the level of Floyd Mayweather. And you haven't fought anybody on the level of Triple G. Okay? If you fought Lara, he would have wiped you out. If you fought Floyd, he would have wiped you out. If you fought Triple G, Caleb Plant, he would have wiped you out. Those would have been definitely 3 losses on your record. So you're talking about 1 loss and 2 supposed losses. And even if it was 3 on Canelo's record, you still wouldn't be able to beat Canelo. You're not going to beat him. And if that's your motivation, his close fights and his loss, then, man, that's the wrong motivation, man. But maybe you think it'll work for you. But the debate is going to get settled in the ring. It's not going to get settled by you trying to pick at him and come at him and say dumb things. Just like at the press conference, you said, oh, when I first met Canelo, he said, Mexicans don't F around. Well, guess what? Over here, we don't F around either. See, that's cornball stuff. Man, leave that man alone, man. He's zoned in. He ready to break you up. Forget about all that. He did say that. But you don't have to repeat that and then say that we don't F around. Just show what you don't, show that. See, and that's the problem with Caleb Plant too. He's trying to prove to people that he's this and that through the words. But my man, if you last 6 rounds, I'm going to be very surprised. You may get to, listen, I could be wrong. You may go 12 rounds. If you go 12 rounds, I know you're going to get busted up bad. I know you're going to be busted up. You might be able to hold on. But if you go 6 rounds, I'm going to be surprised. And if you go 8 or 9 without getting really touched up, then, hey, I'll apologize, man. And I'll say, you know what, I was wrong. The only way, Caleb Plant, you will beat Canelo, and I'm telling this to everybody, Canelo got to have the worst off night in the world that he's ever had since he's been boxing. That's the only way Caleb Plant can win this fight. And he's giving you a shot because he got 3 belts. He could have said, you know what, man, I'm going to just rock with these 3 and do what I want to do. But he's giving you a shot as well at Undisputed. But you're not going to win, Caleb Plant. Okay? So just enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the festivities, the biggest stage you ever been on. You never experienced nothing like this. Like Floyd used to say, I've been here many times. I know what it takes. That's where Canelo's at now. He's on that level where he could say, I know what it takes. I'm on that level. You know, he said to him, it's another fight. That's what Floyd used to say. Same thing, because when you're on that level, that's what it is. All right? So I just wanted to say that, man, because, Caleb Plant is really a clown. And, Anthony Durrell, he also said that he don't like Caleb Plant because he thinks he's all that. And he said he only had 1 meaningful fight, which was against Jose Ukaski, right? And he got touched up in that fight. So, that's really his toughest fight. And he ain't on no level or even close to Canelo. So, again, man, Caleb Plant, you'll be all right. All right? Saturday night, you're going to be all right. Once you get in that ring with him and the ref gives those instructions, all that stuff you was talking, that's going to be out the window. I don't care if Floyd taught you. I don't care if Andre Ward is teaching you. You still got to display it in the ring. And I really doubt that you're going to do that. All right? But if I'm wrong, I'm going to come back on here and say it. But I will know that there's something up to it. If Canelo can't beat this dude, then something is definitely wrong. All right? So I'm going to go on that note. Peace and blessings. Everybody stay safe. In this Corner Boxing 24. I'm on Instagram as well. Support me. Subscribe to my page. And let's keep giving some good content. Peace and blessings.